Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you're brand new, welcome in. Have a seat, grab a snack, grab some water. We're in for a long haul today, you guys. This is a 40-minute video. Holy cow. So I hope you don't mind me talking for 40 minutes straight. But let me just introduce myself for those who are new. My name is Raven. I make speed builds, and I've been thinking about doing Let's Plays, especially with this new pack that just came out. However, I'm unsure. So if that is something you would like to see, please let me know in the comments below or on the community tab. I'm sure I've asked it before. Just, let me know. Today we are working on a generational family home, and it is absolutely 100% inspired by the new pack that came out just recently here. I like the new pack. We'll get into that in a minute, but let me just give you kind of like the specs of this house. This house is on a 30 by 20. It is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, though it is listed on the gallery as a 4 bath because I count toilets, not showers, when it comes to The Sims. It is on the gallery at 125,327 simoleons. It is in Willow Springs in the Pendula View district on the Hollow Slow lot, which is across the street from the Goth's house. I did add some lot traits. I did good schools, homie, and penny pixies. I really like how this house came out. It's kind of Victorian-ish, which I thought really fit Willow Creek, especially this neighborhood, this area. So I went with it, and I really like how it came out. I'm using the new sliding here from the new pack, and I like how that came out too. And then I'm adding more sliding. It's just, okay. I was so hyped for this pack. Truth be told, gameplay-wise, I'm not like super versed in it. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and actually play anything yet. I want to very, very badly, but just life has not worked out that way. Hopefully I will be able to get the chance here soon. I'm sure I will. But building with it, so much fun. Even though I am using these windows from Seasons, because I just like the way it fit with the style of the house. The windows that came with this pack, gorgeous. The doors, gorgeous. They have like 2 different types. It's like they have like a more modern style of windows and doors and furniture and everything like that, and kind of more of a like craftsman style as well. And it's just like everything is gorgeous. And I'm just blown away. Honestly, just blown away. There's so many like highlights that I like about it. As far as gameplay goes, like I said, I haven't really had anything like experience-wise myself, but I have seen some others, and it just looks like it's so fun. I know that it's buggy. Everything's buggy at first. That's just the way it goes. But like, it was just it's so cute. I can't wait to show you what I've done with this house too. I do have quite the story for this house, and I'm very excited to share it with you. But we'll kind of get into that because this is a long voiceover. I kind of want to pace myself here a little bit, and we'll get into that for sure as this goes on. But I'm kind of just like setting up the exterior right now, as I usually do before I move on to the interior. And I did kind of do a silly thing. Oh, I'm absolutely using these doors too. Look at these. It's gorgeous. I use a craftsman style more. Okay, wait, the more craftsman style. There you go. Door in this case. But I did do a silly where usually I like to like make sure I have the floor plan figured out before I do the outside. That way I don't have to like adjust any of my landscaping. And today I did something a little bit different with landscaping by not only just doing like the soil patches, but adding these little like this rock terrain paint to kind of like make it look like it was paved in. And I really, really liked it. I don't know, I think I saw it somewhere. I just cannot tell you where I saw it. And I was like, it's really cute. I think I saw it on a house in Pinterest, because I definitely use Pinterest for some inspiration, pinsturation. You know what I was trying to say there. Pinterest inspiration. And then I wanted to give the backyard kind of like an interesting shape, so I used rounded corners instead of just square corners. I thought it looked nice. We're probably going to move on to landscaping here in a second, because I do, like I said, I did a silly and I ended up doing landscaping first, but luckily I didn't actually have to adjust very much of the house for the floor plan. I don't think I actually adjusted anything. The floor plan was tricky though, and it took me quite a few tries. I definitely looked at everything in the debug menu, and these green vines that you see here, perfect for undergrowth. I saw them and I was like, where have you been all of my life? And then of course I'm using my two favorite debug packs alongside, which is Cottage Living and the High School Years pack, just because I like their debug menu. I think they complement each other. I think it suits well. The plants are pretty. The colors are tasteful. It's my favorite too for the debug menu. And then these little flowers also that are surrounded this tree actually came from the Generations pack. I keep calling it the Generations pack. Right now I can't tell if that's the right name for it, but that's what I'm going to call it. So if you're unsure, it's the newest pack that came out this past Thursday. I'm just going to call it the Generations. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I'm like halfway want to look it up because I want to make sure like I actually am naming it the right thing. I'm sure I am. But here I am just adding some Cottage Living vines to the exterior on the side here. Just kind of give it some kind of like dimension. Growing together. Not Generations, it's growing together. Excuse me. I'm so sorry for the blunder. But yeah, I was just adding some kind of like depth or something on that side of the house, because the other side's gonna have some bicycles and like it's got the entrance to the backyard and everything like that. So I kind of wanted to even it out. So I added vines to that half, just kind of give it something, like I said. Here I am just pasting the night lights, the gardening lights, the outdoor lights. And I love these vintage lights. Look at, they're so pretty. The bulbs, so like a new modern. And yeah, I'm going to start working on the floor plan here, which was, it was a difficult floor plan, I won't lie to you, but I am very happy with how it turned out, and I hope you guys like it too. I think I may have edited all the struggle bus out, maybe not, but we're here for the ride. Like I said, this is a long one, so I hope you guys don't mind. If you prefer longer Speedville videos, even if it's not necessarily my longer Speedville videos or like another content creator that you like, if you like those, let me know. I do voiceovers. I have quite a few longer videos, but I usually do like no voice, all vibes on those ones, because talking for 40 minutes straight, like talking to someone for 40 minutes straight, intimidates me. Talking to the ether, like I'm talking right now, intimidates me greatly. Oh yeah, I kept the struggle in. See, not everyone's perfect. But so if you like longer videos with voice, let me know, because I mean I'd do it if you wanted me to. It's about, what did they say, what is that saying, life starts right outside your comfort zone. So like I could get used to it. I don't know what was going on with this window. I tried fixing it. I was like, I'll come back to it, and then I can't come back to it. The lighting, it was just weird. I don't know what happened with it, but I deleted the wall, deleted the window, and it seemed to fixed whatever the problem was. But yeah, here we go. I'm just kind of like figuring out the floor plan, and I really like what I did with the kitchen here and the dining area, and like I really do like how this house came out. I know I say that often because like obviously if I do something, it's good to be proud of the work you do, you know, but I do like how this one came out. There's not really, like, sometimes when I make floor plans, I know I have eyes that things are just like a little off. I don't really think I have very many of those spaces, if any at all, in this floor plan. And I decorated it. I love the way I decorated it. I made it feel really homey. You'll have to let me know what you think, obviously. Like, I'll like my own work, but like your opinion does matter to me, so you'll have to let me know what you think, especially in the comments below. Oh, also, this is on the gallery. It is available on the gallery right now at Ravynthesimmer. It is spelled the exact same way as my YouTube handle. You can also find me on Twitter and on Instagram, even though I am more like alive. I'm on Twitter a lot more than I am on Instagram. It's just because it's a mobile app. You know, let's not get into it. It's okay. But yeah, I seem to have figured out the floor plan here, and we're going to actually start getting into this enchilada. One of my best friends and I have this saying where we remind each other, how do you eat a whale? It's one bite at a time. And this was definitely my whale. I broke this bad boy up into several parts. So my plan was to do like the floor plan, to get the colors down, to do the exterior like design wise, not like personality wise, which is where I decorate. And then like, that's how I usually break down all of my family builds, because I get burnt out really easy if I try to take on something this large all at one time. So I was like, okay, I'll get the colors done. That, and when editing comes up, I'm sorry, I keep like interrupting myself, but when it comes to editing, when I see a file that's like 3.5 hours long, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I have a house I've been sitting on since probably January. It's March now. I haven't touched because it is that long. Like the build altogether took me like 9 hours, and I just don't want to edit something that long, which is also why like I don't do voiceovers for these longer videos, because like it's so intimidating to me to be having to speak this long. But on my quicker videos, like maybe 20 minutes max, it's just a lot easier. I have like less things I need to talk about, and I can just talk about the build and everything like that. But my goal here, like I was saying before, was to just get the colors down. To get the colors down, kind of give it an idea, and then like kind of like plan the floor plan out. Like put my toilets where all the bathrooms go, the fridge goes in the kitchen, the beds according to who they are, who owns them, you know what I mean? Like the children's beds will go in the children's room, grandmother's bed goes in the grandmother's room, that kind of thing. But then I started decorating the kitchen on accident. And I ended up really loving how this came out. And then of course the kitchen turned into the dining room, and then the dining room kind of turned into the like the living room, and then the living room turned into the study, and then the study kind of turned into the front room. So I ended up having a 3.5 hour video to edit. It was almost 4 hours actually. So if that doesn't tell you like the creative juices when building this house, they were a flowing. I can tell you a little bit about this house and kind of like the backstory I had envisioned now that we are decorating. And yeah, okay, so I kind of went, the new pack comes with this beautiful, I'm gonna call it mint green color that you can see in the tile here and on the black, the backsplash, like the wall of the backsplash, not the tile bit, but the wall bit. Does that make sense? And I think it's gorgeous. I think it is so pretty. If it's not a mint color, will you please tell me what color it is so I can stop calling it that? Because it's kind of embarrassing if it's not. But okay, so this family, in my head, here's what happened, okay? There is a mother and a father who had 2 twins, 1 girl and 1 boy. And when they found out they were having twins, they were like, done. No more kids. That's it. Zip zero. No more. We're all done. These kids are a handful and I don't want any more. Okay. So the matriarch falls unexpectedly pregnant. And then I don't know if it's like the father's parent or the mother's parent, but one of the grandfathers passes away, leaving a grandmother on her own, and her health starts to decline because she has a broken heart. She's lonely in this big old house, and she's like getting sicker, and she can't take care of herself. I know this is so tragic, but in my head they're like, okay, obviously you can't be in that position anymore. It's no good for you, so you come in and move in with us. They had originally had this house has 1 bedroom on the downstairs and 3 bedrooms on the upstairs. They originally had their guest bedroom on the bottom, but knowing that their mother is older and of poor health, they decided, let's keep grandma on the downstairs so she doesn't have to do stairs, and we'll move the guest bedroom upstairs. But here's the problem. That extra space they had upstairs was going to be the baby's bedroom. So now they're stuck in a position where they have to kind of like shift guest bedroom / baby's bedroom. Which was so much fun to do. Here I am already, just bounce back to the video really quick. Here I am back in the dining room, just kind of setting up there. I really like how these colors contrasted. I throw a little circular rug underneath this table, and I thought the circle table just fit perfectly, like dimension-wise, in this area because of this kind of like bump out. Yeah, I liked it. I don't even care what y'all think. I liked it. Not to be too proud here, but I sized up this base game rug just once using the bracket key on the right bracket key. Just to make it fit the space a little bit better. I would love to get the tool mod at some point, but it intimidates me, and also my computer, I really need some more RAM before I do that, which I am actually looking into, so stay tuned. If you see me in the next maybe month or two fumbling with the tool mod, don't judge me. We'll look past it. We'll look past it together. I decided to put this little bar area up too, just because the little niche right there, why not? I thought it looked really cute, and I stand by the choice. Maybe, who doesn't like a good drink every once in a while, you know what I mean? Maybe the grandmother just really loves a good drink, who knows? But I kind of just decorate it with some plants, then we move on to this hallway, which I am so proud of. Listen, hallways and bathrooms, right? You always hear me say, oh, it always kind of looks the same. It always looks the same. Both hallways and all bathrooms in this build do not look anything like the normal ones. Here's some lore. The kids are very, very creative. And so they have these little plates that they made up on this shelf. And yeah, that's just kind of part of the lore. So they're super duper creative. And rambunctious and messy and lively, like all children are. I myself in real life am a parent. I have 2 beautiful children who drive me absolutely insane. I absolutely love it. So I kind of maybe life imitates art imitates life this a little bit with the extra kid clutter everywhere and toys being out in the hallway. You'll see here, it's not like my house is spectacularly clean. I don't got one toy out of place. That's heavy sarcasm. That is super heavy sarcasm. I hope that came across, because it's a mess. I put an urn up here. That's Grandpa. I'm sorry that I said it like that, but yeah, I kind of figured that kind of goes with the lore. She just lost her husband, and this is how they brought him into the space. And that whole hallway is very communal family, so I decided to put him there too, so that he's still part of the family in a small little way. That's really cute, Raven. Oh, thanks. Anyway, here I am planning it out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be done now. So after I kind of plan out all of the rooms, I decide, what's one more living room anyway? And then I do the living room. So that's kind of what I did. I am so excited for this stand-up piano. Are you kidding me? I have been merging the piano from City Living with the, what are those called? Console tables from Cats and Dogs for far too long. Now we have a functional standing piano, and it comes in a plethora of swatches, some bass woods and some that aren't bass that look like really fun swatches. It makes me want to go back into my cowboy build and put one of the swatches that's got stickers all over it and it looks really worn. It makes me want to put it back in that build just to re-upload it, because it would, chef's kiss. That was a chef's kiss. It would just fit so perfectly right there. But yeah, here I am kind of decorating the living area, the living room, and see, I figured this family doesn't actually spend all that much time in the living room. I think in my head, this family is definitely a family comes first kind of situation. Very close knit, very close knit. Very let's do more hands-on activities like puzzles and board games, which I definitely put plethora of in here. You have a game table on the front porch. You'll see that in a bit. So yeah, let's hop back to this baby thing. I think the family, they have 2 rowdy twins, and they were just I'm done, no more, thank you. And then she falls pregnant again, and I think it's stress, right? Because another mouth to feed. How are they gonna do it? How are not just the feeding of the mouth, but dealing with a 3rd child, and then having to have obviously it's not in a forced way, because they were open to having grandma move in, but with having to deal with that. And I think the grandma is going to find a new sense of, I don't want to say a new sense of life, but kind of a second wind, if you will. She fell kind of into a little bit of a depression when her husband died, and this new baby, I think, is going to give her a sense of meaning, a sense of having control over something beautiful. It's a reminder that like the clouds aren't always gray and it's not always going to be bad. So I think it's going to be wonderful. She'll be a third hand to help out with 3 kids. And I think in the end, the family will really appreciate it. While it might be stressful now for them, I think they will in the end just really appreciate having her there. Also, that frog I pushed on the bookshelf, the mom did not want that thing in her house, but the kids had found it while exploring Willow Creek, and the dad said, come on, it's just a frog, I'll take care of it. And he doesn't take care of it, she takes care of it. She cleans that tank. You know she cleans that tank. She's the only one. She feeds him cricket. She fell in love with the frog. But here I have some craft projects at the bottom of this, or the kids have done and are working on some crafts right then currently. I've got a desk in here where I throw on a little computer and just kind of like maybe somebody works from home, maybe not. I kind of leave that up to you. It's a family computer. Yeah, I don't know. I really like how the space came out actually. It's very open yet very functional, and it's not so open it looks empty, but it's not so cramped that you don't have like, oh my goodness, what is it called? I want to say tracking issues, but like when your Sims can't go one place, you know what I mean? Like they say that they're stuck. You don't have any of those issues. Here I am working on the front of the house, like the entryway, and I really like how this came out. This is where all of the shoes get stored. The shoes get stored here, the coats, the umbrellas. My son calls them morellas. And then there's this weird gap between the stairs. I saw that like they supposedly fixed the stairs, but I kind of feel like maybe they left that bit out. Here I am just kind of putting the kids' stuff together, and I wanted to make it like a little more personalized, so I stacked this hat on top of the backpack, and then I found some lunch pails because these aren't teenagers, these are children, and the amount of time it took me to find these lunch pails is actually kind of embarrassing. I think I edited it like 20 minutes out. I had to go to Reddit to figure out what the name of the lunch pails were because I couldn't find them. And it's like, that's a base game item. That has been in my like catalog inventory since this game came out. So like, why I couldn't find it, I was beside myself. There's another thing I couldn't find too that was, I thought it was base game, but I ended up being city living. I'll point that out when we get there. But yeah, I just end up placing these light fixtures to give the rooms a different character. I've stated in the past how I like to do that. Just kind of give it like, yeah, like I said, character. So yeah. I like how also I put in 2 of every art project, at least 2 of every art project, so that it's all like even. So yeah, I've kind of like mapped out the whole house. I'm picking out the light fixtures to give it all character, and then I decided in this room I actually wanted to do a yin yang sky themed bedroom. So I'm really excited to show you that in a minute. But here I am working on the grandmother's bedroom. This is day 2 of this build. I definitely had to take a break after day 1 because 1, the file size was too big, and also I was getting a little bit on the burnt out side. And someone important to me in my life, and I like to talk about the necessity and the productivity of rest and of breaks. When you have rest and breaks, you are more or less likely to burn out, which means you are more likely to get things done and accomplished. So even though in my head, my little brain, it's like, if you stop working, you'll get less done. When in the actuality, I get more done when I take healthy breaks. Just food for thought. Maybe, think about that as you go through your week. This is going to be out on a Tuesday, so I hope you all are having a wonderful Tuesday. I sure hope I am too, Future Raven. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I figured that this grandmother she had a candy bowl where the kids go and steal some treats every once in a while. She's got a knit. She's got cross stitching. She is throwing herself into making her kids cute little clothes and cute little pictures for their room, and like knitting her hours away. And I had so much fun with the bathroom clutter kit, finally being able to use the dentures in a jar, or the dentures in a glass. I think it was like one of the first things I placed on here because I was so excited to use it. And it came out super cute. Yeah, there you go. First thing I placed. And I actually love how it came out. This is her bathroom. I also used this fancy toothbrush set that I haven't used before, which was fun. This bathroom's not like all that exciting. It's pretty much just like a normal bathroom, but I did love cluttering it for an old woman. I also figured that this old woman is mostly on like the cleanly side, so she wasn't like overly cluttered. There's nothing like, terribly, even in her bedroom, like terribly, just over and messy. There we go. That's the word. There's nothing like terribly messy, just like the normal amount. She leaves her teeth in a glass on the bathroom counter. Here I am working on the guest bathroom. This one is just the blink of an eye. You'll snap and it'll miss it. It'll probably last like a minute long. Oh wait, do I use it? Yeah, I'm doing that right now. Okay, yeah. I was worried I was lying to you guys. But yeah, I didn't really clutter this one up because it is a guest bathroom. I put an extra little toilet paper just in case. And then like a scented candle, a little bar of soap, something to dry their hands on. Kind of called it a day. I did put a toilet plunger and scrubber in here later, and I just used these those are very safe pictures from Tiny Living. They're one of my favorites. I use them a lot, so I've been trying to use them less lately because I don't want to overdo it. What do they say? Beat a dead horse. I don't really want to overdo something like that because it is super cute, but different design times, friends. And I'm just kind of like decorating the porch here a little bit. I thought these flower blooms out of watering cans were all too cute, and so I added those, and then I add a easel, and later I add a why do I want to call it a magnifying glass? That's embarrassing. A telescope. A telescope, just like a really, really big and sciencey magnifying glass. But for right now, I'm just kind of working on the gardening in the back because the backyard was so small. I did keep gardening down to a minimum, and I absolutely loved just kind of like I added bikes. I ended up moving them to the side here, so like I figured the whole family bikes. Maybe that was something that they've been doing for a long time. Maybe before grandmother gets here. Maybe grandma's a little too crickety in the knees to be biking these days, so it's kind of something that they still do together. I kind of made in my head like these kids love to play outside. So they have like the little pirate ship coming to save the other teddy bears stranded on the island. And maybe this gnome and this bear go on races in their little, she's riding a unicorn, so it'd be a chicken v unicorn race. And I kind of made this like little pretend area where there's like a little pillow and a fort and a toy box out here, and like they spend their summer days. There's also a dollhouse over on this side that was super cute. It's from the camper's kit. And then I just kind of made, another, what is it called? Skill building item, which was the flower garden. Just kind of like, add a little bit more flavor in here. I do end up I ended up in the backyard. My bad. I thought I put it on the porch. I guess I thought about putting it on the porch, but didn't like the options of the size. Here I am going back to the other hallway, which I was actually really proud of. I do a lot of the similar things that I usually do, which is like a lamp, a mirror, or a picture behind it, and then like I threw a clock on this one, but it's usually a decorative piece, a plant, and then another plant on the side. Sometimes I throw a fishbowl, but this time I decided to actually make kind of like a reading nook for the kids at the top of the stairs. So that's kind of what I did here, and I put a piece of toast as the rug because I thought that's cute. And it makes me kind of hungry. I love toast and eggs. That's my favorite. That's the breakfast I eat every single day. I know this has nothing to do with Sims or the build. Okay, back to that. Later, as I'm decorating, though, I do find the, I think they're clutter objects of like games and stuff. Puzzles and board games, and I just kind of cluttered up on those shelves there in a little while. Here I have just like this hallway cabinet, and it's full of linens, but I also put like decor. Down here is where I made the kids' toy mess. Like they were playing superheroes down here, and there's civilians, there's two superheroes, and then there's a giant armadillo thing that's like attacking the city. So I know it's silly, but I enjoyed doing it. So like I can figure one of the kids are gonna get scolded for leaving their toys at the top of the stairs. But this is actually the guest bedroom. air quote. I guess not air quote because it is a guest bedroom, but it's a guest bedroom / nursery. So this bed is shoved into the very edge of the room. It is actually not functional, not only because of where I place the other objects, but because I clutter the crap out of it. I figure in my head, like, they're preparing for this baby. It's coming down to the wire. They're like, I've been in these shoots. I'm pulling down boxes of dusty boxes full of baby clothes from the past kids. They're like pulling out all of the plastic bottles or glass bottles, whatever kind of bottles, baby bottles, the swatches, the what are they called? Receiving blankets, just like everything for the kids is out on this bed, and they're going through it. I also put a toy bin in here later. She's going through the toys. What is age appropriate now? What is age appropriate later for a baby, for an infant? So that's kind of what I did. I really, really enjoyed cluttering this area up. It is my first nursery-ish area that I've ever built, at least with this new expansion pack. And I really loved the idea that, like, they're crunching for time. This baby's gonna be here like yesterday, so we need to get this all done. I put some painting buckets, which is actually the other object I was having like the hardest time finding. I put some on the floor over here and repaint the walls to this like greenish color, and I really liked it because like it made it seem like they're finishing up the nursery right now. Like the nursery's not done, the baby's not here yet, but like they're gonna be real quick. So I don't know, I just kind of liked the little touch, you know what I mean? Like the little touch of detail. Like we've got the paint cans on the floor and they're going through everything, like trying to find things that maybe they're having another boy, or maybe they're having a girl, maybe they're going through the clothes and the blankets, trying to find out what's gender neutral, trying to find out what's not. Maybe like that's something that doesn't even bother them. It doesn't really bother me, to be quite honest. If my kids like something, I don't really care what it looks like. If they want to wear it, they can wear it. But yeah, I love how this nursery came out. I'm actually like super proud of it. I think it's super, super cute. And then we move on to the bathrooms, and then I realized I forgot to put all the toilet plungers and stuff in there. So I want to make sure, because I love that touch of realism that those items bring. So I want to make sure that I included them. And I had so much fun making this a proper child's bathroom. And by proper child's bathroom, I mean there is toys on the counter, there is clothes on the floor, nothing is in its place. I use this mirror from Parenthood here in a second that has this little slim shelf, like between the mirror, like on the frame of the mirror, there's a shelf, and you'll see it, yeah, right there. I'd like to clutter that bit. In my head, though, these kids don't put anything back. Everything is just out on the counter. If we had like toothpaste stains you could put on top of the counter, they would have the toothpaste stains on the counter like a proper kid would. So I actually had a lot of fun. I used these dirtier towels from the bathroom clutter kit too, and used these swatches with the void critters on it because I thought like that's pretty cute. I think probably the sun. I think I decorated it to be the sun, who was kind of into void critters and space. I like to imagine, like, if you noticed in the nursery there was a lot of dinosaur things, so I figured like maybe dinosaurs were his thing, and now he's like way into space. Like dinosaurs really aren't his thing anymore. So I did decorate his bedroom with some dinosaur stuff, and then some tooth fairy stuff too. And I found this cute little wall chart which was so cute, so I hung it up in the hallway. And I did like put like tooth fairy posters and stuff on or around the bathroom to kind of like promote them into brushing their teeth more often. Okay, so I had this really great idea for the bedroom when I picked out these bed swatches. My idea was like, okay, he's super into space, we know that. He's got this little cardboard cutout of a rocket ship he made. He's got space bedroom, or a space theme blanket, and there's like the light with stars on it. And I figured, you know what, she's gonna like clouds. Like, he likes the night sky, she likes the day sky. So that's exactly what I did here, is I kind of like decorated his to be like more nighttime, and then with the clouds, lights on the ceiling, it worked so perfectly. I use these drop down lights to kind of mimic stars, and she's got butterflies flying up her wall, and like, I don't know, I just thought it was cute, and I'm actually really proud of it. I use these wall dividers here just to kind of give them their own personal space. Especially now that they will be probably sharing this bedroom in the long term, now that they have a younger sibling on the way and their grandmother is still staying with us, or with them. If you did notice, I put a giant dinosaur in the corner there because dinosaurs were his thing, not so much his thing anymore. If you have children in your life, you know, like they go through these phases where they're super into something and then they kind of like drift on into move another thing. My older son was into Blue's Clues for like probably 3.5 years straight, and then he went to Mario, and then he's now into like Minecraft stuff. My younger son switches like interests at the snap of a finger, and he's only been on this planet for like a year and a half. He's had so many interests. My older son has had 3. My younger son has probably had like 15 by now. I'm not even kidding. Which is good, you know what I mean? Each kid brings its own little flavor. And as I usually do when I find like things or clutter pieces while I am working on something, I kind of just add it to other spaces of the build because you know, I love building lore, and I like that my builds do kind of tell a story. It's one of the things I'm really proud of, actually. And yeah, I'm kind of just over here decorating this kid space, kind of like making it, you know, just more fun. I figure like these are probably their 2 favorite movies, like movie posters, and then I made sure to put the light that scares the monsters under the bed away. I'm pretty sure it will work for both bedrooms both beds, because it is in there. Because the light is at least in the room, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you do know the answer to that, please let me know so I know to make sure to put as many lights as beds, if that's the case. If you noticed, I don't know what this thing is called in The Sims, but in real life, at least the brand I use, it's called a pack and play. It's kind of like, think like a playpen. I mean, you can use it as a playpen, but it's also like a sleeper. The Sims, I think, use it as a sleeper. I hope they do anyways. Because in my head, for the lore, when they have guests over, they have the baby sleep in the pack and play in their bedroom. Obviously, the baby's not here yet, so we do have the bassinet out for when the baby does arrive. In my own personal experience, we had our babies sleep next to us in a bassinet for as long as the weight requirement and length requirement meant on there. So I think with my first son, it was probably about 3 to 4 months, and then with my younger son, he was much bigger, he was like 2 months, and then I had to put him in the pack and play, and then the baby slept in the pack and play with us for a couple of months until we felt comfortable that he'd be able to sleep through the night on his own. And that's with both of my kids. I know it's Sims, it's not real life, but I just kind of liked putting that little piece of lore in there too, because for the majority of most parents, when your baby's new, you do like to have them sleep, you know, in the same room with you, so you can make sure that they're okay, and you don't have to run across the entire hall every 2 hours when they wake up. But yeah, here I am kind of decorating the master bathroom, and I really like how this bathroom came out. I stacked these towels on top of other towels, and I thought like, hey, that's really cute. Maybe they just haven't put them away in the linen closet yet. I don't know. I didn't include a laundry room with this because like in real life, having to deal with babies and laundry is like stressful. I couldn't even imagine wanting to pretend, you know what I mean? Like pretend do laundry and deal with babies at the same time. So I left the laundry room out. You know, let me know if you're interested in that. I hope you all have a great day and you enjoyed this video.